My name is Elizabeth Coblentz, and I am back with another edition of the Bucks Report. Again, I'm here with Coach Morgan. So we are coming off of a loss to Riverside, arguably one of the best teams in the league. So what are our thoughts on last Friday?
You know, you said Riverside's a phenomenal program. But our kids were playing some great football. We've had 3 weeks in a row of the top 3 teams in the conference. So it's been a long 3 weeks. But like what people don't see is the growth that comes from playing great teams. Like in order to play with those teams, you have to, elevate to that level. Our boys are doing a great job of that. They're fighting like crazy. The toughness is all around, so it's been a really good effort. Yeah,
so you got to hit on this a little bit, but obviously Riverside is really, really good. Our young guys, they battled really good, like they have done all year. How do you feel about the effort that they gave?
It's one of those things all year long, we've never questioned the effort. That's been one of the things we say strain for 6. The average play lasts 46 seconds. And we preach 4 to 6, strain for 6 seconds at all times. And that's what they do really well. I mean, it's awesome to see as these boys grow, mature, and come in the weight room, the effort they have, and with how they do the things they do, they're going to be phenomenal players. Because they're already phenomenal people. It just takes some more time to get these guys going. So the effort, man, has been awesome.
Yeah. So our defense put Riverside into some really tough down and distance situations. Once on a back-to-back sack by Trenton Havener and Mason Epperson, and then another one which was a combined sack with Trenton and then another freshman, Eli Brooks. So what is our thoughts on the defense effort of the game?
Phenomenal. Those were there's a bit late in the game, but those are still the varsity guys in the game. So we're still. It wasn't like one of those they're up a lot. They put their young guys in. I mean, they had their varsity guys in, and we were making plays with those guys. And it was really cool to see those guys give it that amazing effort.
Yeah. So Riverside's defense was obviously really, really good, but we were able to make some good plays. Unfortunately, consistency was hard to find that game. But how do you feel about the offense?
Yeah, it's one of the things. The thing of being young is they have talent. Our boys, there's some talented kids, and because of that, they make plays. The experience, the level of being in these games, is what the consistency issue is. It's hard to be a freshman and only play a handful of games on varsity football or high school football and expect to go out there and execute that same way every play. It takes time to build that. So the plays that we make, it's because we have a lot of great kids that are flying around, playing for 6, that are also talented kids. So that's all on them, those plays that are making. And as they get older and more experienced, those plays become more and more consistent. And then the older you get, the more you can string those together and make really good drives and play a full game like that.
Yeah, for sure. So last Friday was really emotional for everybody because it was the last game on Smithfield for our 2 seniors, Derrick, Meyer, Garrett, Hobbs, and not only them, but also the final game for our athletic trainer, Brian Downs. So can we kind of talk about that?
Oh, yeah. So sports in general are amazing. I know I'm biased. Football, I think, is a different kind of breed. Because of the time commitment, it's almost a year-round sport for the most time. The level of physical pain your body goes through, the level of the pads, all the heat in the summer times. And I know there's parts of those in every sport, but football, you put all this together, and the string, the physicality of football. There's something about having to stray with a group of guys for a long period of time like that kind of builds these unique bonds that people have over time. And when you spend 4 years of putting all that on the line, and then it's over, it's hard to put in words, I guess, but that feeling of, I don't know, the bittersweetness of your next stage of your life, all that stuff. But to spend that time with a bunch of guys and to go through all those things together is something that's really, really special with football. And I love seeing kids go through that. And like I said, it's bittersweet. It's sad to see them go, but it's one of those things where, look at Derrick Meyer put in 4 years of just freaking work. Yeah. And on the outcome of that, he becomes an awesome human being. Same thing with Garrett Hobbs. You put the time and work and effort in, and you become great people from that. And that's the bittersweetness, right? It's sad to see him go and sad to see him leave. And there's a lot of memories that you can't never get back. And then I guess you have memories, but that time when your life is over. So it's sad, but it's kind of cool to see Derrick and Garrett go out there and become these great human beings and go out and protect the world. And then Brian Downs, man, that's a whole, he's a special one. Brian, and I think he might be the epitome of what selflessness and caring looks like. We somebody preach with our team all the time of, be unselfish, be humble, be loyal. And honestly, I'm not just saying, I don't think there's anybody else better than Brian that does that. The amount of effort and time he puts in for our kids and our program and for their coaches and everybody, it's unreal. And I think it's been 10 years now. He's been here, or 10 plus years, I think, that he's been here. And it's been, just doing that. Because I'm unbiased. He's the best athlete trainer I've ever been around. He's phenomenal. And doing that on that level for 10 plus years is elite. So that was bittersweet too. I know our kids, our community, love Brian Downs. So seeing him, plays last game, but his last trainer game there was it was emotional. It was sad. So the good news is we got one more game left with those guys and those two seniors. So be cool.
Yeah. So this week we play Miami East, who is arguably one of our biggest rivals. What are your thoughts on the Vikings?
They're a solid team too. This whole conference, man, every in this conference this is a phenomenal conference for us to be in because it makes you play your best football every single week.
Yeah.
And right now we're young, so we get exposed sometimes, but it makes you play your best football, and that's where good teams are made. And so Miami East is another example of a really good team. They got some young guys in the roster too that are playing up, but it'll be a good challenge for our kids. They run the ball pretty strong. So it's going to be fun for us.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have. Next, I will be joined with this week's Predators. Thanks. Okay, we are back with this week's Predators. As you can tell, we have a lot of them. So somebody explain to me and to everybody else what it means to be a Predator.
Alright, so basically it's the highest honor that you can get on this team, and it's really hard to get. We've all been fighting for weeks for it. You guys got to struggle for it. You just got to have some characteristics that it takes to be not just a good person and not just a good football player, but just be a good teammate.
Yeah, so let's name off the 6 qualities that are really important to get it. 5, 7, 12. Sorry.
It's 30.
No, the 5, 6 main qualities that you guys are built on, and that's important.
Work, tough, unselfish, humble, loyal. Those ones.
That one. So those are really important to get those are really important to get Predator. If you guys are comfortable, can we talk about what was the hardest thing for you to do? What you had to the biggest thing you had to overcome to get Predator was?
So I think mine was toughness, because I think coming off from last year and the beginning of this year, toughness was a hard thing for me to overcome. And I think coming into weeks 7 through 9, I think it was I really improved my toughness throughout the season. So
Yeah, for sure.
I would say mine was confidence. Because last year, I was at the quarterback position, I didn't have a lot of confidence. And this summer, that's what I really worked on it.
I think mine was developing an edge. I came into this year not really having much of an edge, so I tried my hardest to build one.
Yeah.
Mine was a little bit different. Mine was I had to learn how to be positive. So I was always the one to point out what was going wrong, so I had to learn how to be more of a positive presence.
Yeah.
Mine was giving feedback, so I would receive feedback, and then we'd be doing something and somebody would mess up and I wouldn't jump to give them feedback. I would just kind of sit back and watch.
Yeah, and that's something that's probably pretty hard to overcome as a freshman. You other freshmen can kind of chime in, but to be able to tell an upperclassman what they're doing wrong, or even just a sophomore who's been playing that much longer than you, that's probably pretty hard to overcome.
Mine was more that presence like Buccs. It's just me being a freshman and going against all these big guys. It's just you gotta go out in full force. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I would probably say mine was learning my stuff on offense. I knew everything else on defense. It was just learning my stuff on offense.
Yeah.
Mine was just to be more vocal, talking louder.
I think mine was being vocal too. That's what I needed to work on.
Yeah.
I think mine was also confidence. I've always kind of struggled with that with sports. I feel this football season I've kind of gotten over that and I've gotten better.
Yeah, for sure. Is that everybody?
Mine was taking coaching. I would kind of, I don't know, question the coaches a little bit. and I just got over that and learned how to trust them.
Yeah, for sure. So let's kind of hit on last week. This is more for you, Derrick. So last week was your last game on Smith Field after 4 years, 4 varsity letters. Let's talk about that. How did that affect you? How did it make you feel? Stuff like that.
It was obviously sad. Like, you guys all understand how fun Friday nights are. Like, when it comes to an end, it just sucks. And especially when it's on your home field, like that's where you play most of your games. That's where that's where the student sections are the loudest. That's where the crowd's the loudest. That's where all your family comes. They all come to support you. That's where you get to see your own logo. That's where you get to see the buck head, the C Bucks in the middle of the field, your number on the sideline. It's just an emotional thing, and to do it like you said for 4 years and that be the last one, it just sucks. But
yeah, for sure.
life goes on.
Yep. Okay, so the rest of you can chime in now. Let's talk about our game on Friday night. What went well, stuff like that.
I felt like overall, it was a positive game. I know like the past couple of weeks we've worked on a lot, like turning out like outside noise and whatever.
Yeah,
I feel like we've
sure.
done a great job at that, and I feel like no matter what the scoreboard is, like we're doing our thing. And I thought that even if we didn't do it right, I still thought we were positive with it.
Yeah, you guys are like people are looking from the outside to this, but you guys are honestly a really tight knit group, and it's really cool to see like even if stuff doesn't look like it's going like your way, it's cool for like other people to know that like it actually is getting better and those steps are being taken just because like everybody else can't see it.
I think it was just another step in the right direction. Like obviously it's just, we didn't get the outcome that we wanted, but it's just another step, another learning curve that we're going to have that experience for whenever we do start winning.
Yeah. Freshmen?
Kind of off what Garrett said, like we haven't really gotten a setback. We've always improved every week and gotten better.
Yeah, for sure. Boys?
All right.
I agree.
Jordan.
I agree on the points that were like said. I thought it was like a really positive game Friday, and I liked the positive like I don't know how to explain this. I like everybody was being positive. So, yeah, positive atmosphere. I thought it was really nice, and I thought we were executing pretty well, and I also thought that like we were having some fun with it. So I thought that was like pretty crucial to like having our good games.
We definitely play better when we have fun. I mean, it's hard to play when all the energy's down and not many people are having fun out there.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
just not the same game.
Yeah. Okay, so this week we go into our last game, our last normal season game against Miami East. Let's talk about that. What are we looking at? What are we expecting? What are we doing better this week? Stuff like that.
Well, Miami East is one of our rivals. I hate East personally.
So wow. Okay.
It's fair to say.
I just don't like East. I like some of the people, just the school.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I always like playing East, so.
Expecting a tough game, but we're expecting us to do our job.
Yeah.
Like it'll be tough, like hard. Like we're gonna match up really well with them, and like I think we do our stuff right, we have a really good chance in this game.
Yeah.
Just gotta play our game.
Okay, so what are we doing specifically? Little things, maybe during practice this week, maybe mentally this week. What are we doing to get better from last game?
Just to keep learning our stuff, start getting the knowledge down to the point where like it's second nature to us, so that way we don't have to question ourselves.
Yeah.
Getting lots of reps on defense and offense with their just all we want is reps so we can continue to get better.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's hear some of these freshmen that aren't talking much.
Philip,
What are we doing? What are we doing? specifically?
I feel like players have been doing a good job like coaching other players and helping them what they need, especially younger players who may not know everything. Older coaches are being mentors to them and helping them with everything.
Yeah, that's a great answer because that's something that a lot of people don't see unless they are looking for it. So.
I'm trying my best for it.
I think our energy has been way up this week, especially with the seniors, and I think the whole team feels that emotion, and we've just been going really hard this week.
Yeah, for sure.
Sam, what are your thoughts?
I already said something.
Say again.
What have you done specifically this week to just elevate your game?
Going as hard as possible.
Yeah.
We gotta,
Last one, right?
yeah, it's the last game. We gotta make sure that we execute.
Last regular season game.
Yeah. Gotta make sure we execute, get everything down, and go kick some butt.
Yeah, for sure.
I think part of it is just the consistency of executing, because like there's points in every single game. Like we execute pretty well. Just we gotta get in tight game.
Do it every single time. Yeah, for sure. Anybody else? No. Okay, so one last thing that I kind of want to talk about. I'm going to put you guys on the spot a little bit. But with this last week being senior week, and this is kind of our senior video, obviously we are missing Garrett Hobbs, but let's love on Derrick a little bit, and just everybody like kind of just tell, not only Derrick, but tell everybody else like what Derrick has done for you and what Derrick kind of means to you, like that kind of stuff. What he's done for you through your whole everything.
Ever since I got here, I mean, not just on the field, he's led me like just off the field. He's given me advice like high school. And he's just that person kind of.
Derrick's helped me a lot with like injuries and stuff. Like last season with my shoulder, and then at the Northridge game with my knee now. I normally go to Derrick if I have like any questions or if I just need someone to talk to about it because he listens for you.
So, whenever I started playing freshman ball,
Freshman ball.
yeah, I don't know what to call it, but
For freshman season.
yeah, my freshman season, Derrick was one of the first people to come up to me and kind of just be like, point me in the right direction and like just give me some positive thoughts.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like Derrick's helped me like a lot out of school, but or out of football, sorry. But in football, he's like he's the one that I'm looking for that's gonna be working the hardest. And out of school, like he helps me with FFA and stuff, and just like makes sure everything's good.
Yeah.
Derrick's taught me to be like a lot more positive to like myself and like others. Like he's like one of the nicest kids on our team, and like kids look up to him like every day. And I think that like him having that like
Senior edge.
yeah, senior edge on like me has like really helped me.
Yeah, for sure.
He's definitely a mentor to all of us. He helps us with a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I have a question for him, he either has the answer or like points me in the right direction for the answer. And he's always like, he's never not kind of coaching me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's not just questions either. Like if you need anything, you can basically just go to D-Rock and he'll help you.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's safe to say that you do a lot more than what you realize. A lot.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciate it.
He's always been a person I've looked up to, like as like a leader and like as someone I want to be. And he's helped me become a better person and a better football player.
Yeah, I play Derrick's position offensively, and he's pretty much taught me everything I know. And he's taught me how to do the right things. He's been a really good leader.
I would say Derrick. I look up to Derrick, and when I see Derrick, I think of him as a leader, and I will always think of him as a leader. He's like the type of person I want to be. Yeah.
Well, I'll talk about Hobbs.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I wasn't expecting Hobbs to play, and I'm really happy that he did. And it just, he's gave an edge to like EB. He's helped out all the linemen, I think, this year. I mean, he's been a dog drill. He's been a dog and dog drill for like since we started dog drill. So
can you kind of explain to everybody else what dog drill is? Because if you're not here, you don't really know what that means.
So dog drill is where Hobby and another lineman like line up.
And
Hobby wins.
Hobby wins.
And then Hobby wins.
And if you win, you come back next time
Yes,
and
like
you
the
go
next
against
time.
somebody else, and you just keep fighting out to see who's the biggest dog on the team, I guess. Yeah, who's top dog? Does anybody else have anything to say about that?
I can speak on Hobby too. Like he's really a quiet guy, and he doesn't like he's a lineman, so I don't really talk to him. But like he makes up for like his quietness like during the play. He's always going hard, and I notice him every time.
Yeah.
Like Hobby's one of the, like I love all you linemen, but like Hobby's the lineman that I trust the most. He's on my backside. If I'm looking this way, I don't know who's coming behind me, and like even you're like half a lineman. Well,
all right.
Like anyway, Hobby like I've gotten really close with Hobby this season. I'm like taking him back and forth practice to home and everything like that. And I'm really glad he joined this year.
Yeah.
I think he's just been an overall mentor for the whole line.
Yeah. Well, it's safe to say that our seniors this year, we all love them so much, and they will be missed a lot. Boys, that's all I have tonight. So my name is Liz with Coblentz, and I'm here with the Bucks Report. Good night, and
Go Bucks!